Good evening and welcome to July 21st, 2025 Board Works Public Safety. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Diana Phillips.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies standing for invocation, Pastor.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we are grateful for this community where you have placed us, and we thank you for these leaders who are willing to serve us. Give them, Lord, discerning minds and understanding hearts as they tackle issues that we face in our hometown. We look forward to our fair next week, and Lord, we ask you for your blessing and for your protection as we welcome many guests. Lord, help us by your grace to be citizens who are willing to sacrifice, who are willing to contribute for the greater good. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone this evening. We'll begin with the minutes. I'm sorry, roll call. I threw you off, didn't I?
That makes me feel better,
I read it too fast.
because I forgot it.
Becky Gibson,
Present.
Diana Phillips.
Present.
Jim Barrett.
Here.
Okay, everyone has the minutes from the July 7th, 2025 regular meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Move on to new business. We have resolution 2025-16 transfer, Shelley.
Okay, that is, let's see. We're transferring council social security, fringe and perf in the amount of $33,929 to fire overtime.
Any questions?
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item B, we have resolution 2025-17. Memorandum of understanding. Mr. Wilson, you out there, sir?
Yeah.
You want to talk about
Explain
that? Yes, sir.
So 2025-17 is a MOU, memorandum of understanding between RW, that's the utilities one. It's for changing the hours at the wastewater treatment plant. We are typically a 7-day test site, so we have a shift from Wednesday through Sunday, and the state has now allowed us to go to a 5-day test site and work Monday through Friday. So we just did away with the Wednesday through Sunday shift, revamped it in the contract to reflect Monday through Friday. So just a kind of a formality for the union contract to show that there's no longer a Wednesday through Sunday shift. It's now Monday through Friday.
Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. You might as well stay up here.
Okay, I can do
We've
that.
got resolution 2025-1, the utilities unclaimed property policy.
This is something from the state that we have to roll out. It's just going to read the policy. Effective immediately, Connersville Utilities will implement a formal process for identifying and reporting unclaimed property in compliance with Indiana Code 32-34-1.5. All customer refunds, deposits, and overpayments, regardless of recipient type, will be reviewed annually. Each year, we will review outstanding checks and balances that became payable on or before December 31st of the second prior calendar year. If those funds remain unclaimed for more than 1 year, they will be flagged for unclaimed property procedures. For amounts of $50 or more, a due diligence letter will be mailed to the last known address of the property owner at least 60 days before the November 1st reporting deadline. If no response is received, the property will be transferred to the Office of the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division, where it will be held for up to 25 years. This policy ensures full compliance with state law and promotes transparency and accuracy in our handling of customer accounts.
Any questions? Motion to approve resolution 2025-18.
So moved.
Second.
motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Move on down, we have item D, just looking for permission to advertise to sell the property. Down the street here, Jeff and I has been working on this since last November, I think, something like that.
Yeah, something like
So
that.
it is taking this long. It's a very complicated process. But we did acquire the property at 624 through 626 Central Avenue, and we will be taking sealed bids. They need to be received by 12 p.m. noon on August 4th, and the bids will be opened at the Board of Public Works and Safety on August 4th at 6 p.m. The contingency is that the transferring of this property, the winning bid must have the building upon property demolished within 90 days of closing. So there's just, I just need permission to advertise this so we can sell this building. This is the old, what's the name? Timeless Toys building. It's collapsing on itself, it's caving in, it's causing problems everywhere. It's just taking us quite a while to get this one taken care of, but just need permission to advertise for this so we can accept bids to dispose of this property.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Thank you very much. The next item is, we've got two different paving quotes here. The first one you can see is the Market Street Plaza parking lot. A lot of people think that's the courthouse's parking lot, that is actually ours. It's in pretty bad shape, and last time we got some quotes, I said I was trying to get some more information on the striping of everything, so he got that corrected, and it is still much cheaper to go all with one contractor versus two different contractors. So the total will be $112,220, and we will be coming out of MVH, I believe the paving is where it's coming from. So I'm asking for recommendation to sign the contract with All About Asphalt for $112,220. Now, the county did approve the $7,080, so they'll do their section of that. Item 3 on the quote is the county's portion.
Oh, okay, that's, okay. I was wondering what the difference was.
Motion to approve the request for the courthouse parking lot, $112,000.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And the second one is for the transfer station. Now, we got this quote for $81,750. We were able to have two contractors bid it last time. I presented both. The milestone was a lot higher, so we went with the same companies doing the courthouse parking lot, which is just lost the name already, All About Asphalt. We did have one change. Jeremy, you want to come up here for a second? We actually increased quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit. We did increase some. When we put the compactor in, the layout with the water, we was really concerned about water getting to, there's a drain over there. So we want to also make a good driveway. We was going to do it out of gravel. We decided we'd like to do it on the asphalt. When we did all the quotes for the transfer station, I had a contingency add in there for a little bit of extra. We've already saved some money on the scale. We've changed some things, so it's still going to be a wash. But their quote was $81,750, and it was an additional $13,000 to do the additional paving.
It's kind of a back of the napkin estimate there, was about 13,000, and that would be to flush that water towards the drain that's back there, keep all that from ponding. And a lot of people don't like to drop off the recycling and stuff because it always stayed muddy back there. So that's why we have the two trailers sit at the street department. And we are also hoping, once this gets done, we can remove them from the street department because it's causing kind of a traffic and a mess, and it blows over, so.
We're asking to do some additional paving there, so it'd be a total of around $104,750. Still well within what we had budgeted to do the entire project. But we were going to gravel it, and after we got looking at it, we thought it'd be better just to do it with asphalt so we don't have erosion, because that water comes off a hill pretty fast.
Yeah, the way it was built up there isn't the way I would do it going in the future, but I think it's going a whole lot better than it does now.
So 13 just came in today, so I did not get on the agendas, but I'd like to go ahead and at least get that approved so we can go ahead and just tell them to do the whole project. And John and I is going to create a map and aerial, because the way you enter the transfer station, the way you enter is the same, but the way you navigate there is going to be completely different. We're going to do all the same traffic, same flow. It's going to be really nice when we're done. We got the scale house set today. The WCC built it. They did a fantastic job. Looks beautiful. So we got probably 6-8 weeks before we get the scale put in. So once the scale gets put in, we'll pave everything, and then it'll all be nice and ready to go, so. Any questions on the paving?
You need a motion for $81,750,
It would- Plus 13,000, so it'd be 104,750.
Okay, I'll make a motion to that effect.
Second.
Have a motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign?
Aye.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying aye, too.
Oh.
81 and 13 is only 94.
Did I do the math wrong? I did in my head, so hold on a second here.
Should be reimbursed.
50 plus 15. You're right, 94,750.
I like
I had
that.
the wrong number in my head, that was bad of me.
Because I thought, wait a minute, that's not,
Give us some more extra cushion.
So 94,750. Sorry, make a new motion for that, how's that?
Sounds good.
Have
So
So-
moved.
okay, so.
Second.
a motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, motion carried. I better go back to math class. Wow,
I thought maybe I missed something or something.
I had 20,000, that was not good. Okay, the last one would be the system scale quote. We did come in a little bit cheaper than last time. We took off a few things. I wouldn't say significantly cheaper, but it did come in a little bit cheaper. We changed the printer and some different things with the scale house.
Yep.
So the new quote for the scale is $110,817. And that is, all this is approved by city council, by the way, coming out of riverboat funds and all that stuff, so.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, next on the list, we have Director Wilson, the final change order for Headworks.
So the Headworks project, we've got a change order here, and it's basically kind of a credit amount of around $3,900. We should have probably, this will say final, but there's gonna be some, couple little closing orders that come later, but this one's more of a credit in the amount of $3,924. Just ask the board's approval to approve this change order from Strand for Dugan and Myers.
Any questions?
Motion to approve the director's request.
Second.
We have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item B.
The Commonwealth task order for design, I spoke on this the last meeting. I just didn't have the paperwork to get approved. If you guys would like to hear that over, Thomas is here from Commonwealth and he can certainly go over that. If any of you have any questions or would like to have Thomas speak about the designs, he can come up here, or I'd be asking the board to approve the designs that were originally spoke of at the first meeting that Al went over.
There's two, the lead line
The
and
lead
then
service
the
line,
water
yeah.
main replacement.
Yep.
Right.
There's actually, is it 2 or 3? Because there's the intended 2 ways, but there's 3 projects.
Yeah, that second one will include the Okra
Yep.
as well. It'll be the
Okra.
water and Okra, and then the lead service line will be separate by itself.
Yep.
Two different contracts, so not three.
So just requesting the board to approve the design so we can move forward with mobilizing ground surveying and lead service line work.
I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
The permission to dispense funds, just not much of a request as it is from minutes. The utilities is in need of a few updates, landscaping and parking lot, starting a lot of cracks, grass, and some painting for the lines and replacing the signs. Just asking to disperse those funds as a third, as opposed to the typical way that we do out of sewer, storm, and water. I spoke with Adam about it. It's not a real formal thing, just needs to be in the minutes that I requested to disperse the funds for updates to the building and the parking lot as a third from all 3 accounts, being that utility, building, services, all 3 accounts.
He said it didn't need to be a resolution or anything.
Just needs to be in the minutes.
So I have a motion to approve his request.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is Director Steele out there? I didn't
Yes.
see. We do have one little change order for Office Park, so.
Yeah, so, we were, this change order, we had this in our first bid, and then, we pulled it out, and then they came back and said that they had some extra money in those funds, and so, the change order is going to be for, we have to tile into an existing manhole and core existing sanitary manhole, and that's gonna be $2,091. And then the shelter receptacles and conduit, that we wanna put in there in case we can put future electric in. And that's gonna be $2,899. And then we are going to resurface the basketball courts. And then the futsal court that's there currently, we are going to change into a pickleball court. And we feel like that would be the best use for that, that area there, because we get so much pickleball at the Roberts Park that it would be great to have another court. So that's going to be $51,627 to do that. And then we are going to take sidewalks and connect them from the parking lot over to the pickleball court and the basketball court, so that it's ADA compatible and they're able to access both of those areas and not have to go through the grass to get there. And that's gonna be $19,594 for that. And then the removal and replacement of the asphalt drive that's currently there. We were hoping to mill over that, and we aren't able to do that now because there's just not enough left there over the years. And so they have to go through and replace all of that. So that's $47,536. And then the sealing of the cracks in those courts that I just talked about are $2,966. So the total is $126,713. And so I'm just asking for a work order approval for that.
This is not an additional money.
No.
This is still within the scope. What happened when we bid this the first time, it came in way over budget. So we backed off some things, and now that, and there was a good contingency amount. So
Yeah.
we've got the project mostly done, the contingency is not needed, so now we're trying to figure out what can we put back in, so we have to do that through a change order process. You'll see another change order too, there's still a little bit remaining. We're still trying to figure out what we can get in, what we can't with those dollars. But, so this is still within the scope of the project. It's just a change order is all it is. Not asking for any more money.
Yeah.
So will we still have some things that won't be able to be?
Yes, we've got some things that we would really like to see where we just, a lot of people, grants are great, but they can also dictate what you can and can't do. There's some things we'd really like to have, but we can't do it because of the grant, so we have to really kind of be pick and choosy. Some of it we're trying to set up so we can add stuff later outside of the grant, but
Okay.
that's gonna be a later date, so.
Okay,
Motion to approve.
second.
Have a motion second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I'll take it back. The only thing in here that was not was the parking lot, because we was
Oh,
hoping we could redo that. That is the only new addition,
That's
because
correct.
once they started driving on it and doing the construction, it just tore it to pieces, and there's like, went to mill, there's just nothing there. So that's why the parking lot is the only addition, but it's still within the scope.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Harden.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Everyone should have a copy of kind of my explanation and a service contract with Stryker Medical. So for the last 4 years, we've had a contract with Stryker Medical to do all of our preventative maintenance, any repairs. It's kind of a service agreement, but it's also kind of insurance. It covers everything except misuse and wear items, pretty much. As long as you use it within their rules or their description of the product, they'll cover it under this. It did increase dramatically, in my opinion. So it's a 4-year contract, but when they first gave it to me, I said, I can't do that. I said, that's too much money. So they said, well, you can do it over a 4-year period. I said, okay, we can do that. So we're going from $12,700 to $21,100 per year. So that is a big jump. It's $8,300 a year jump. But we've added 2 cot loads, we've added 3 Lucas devices, and we've added 2 cardiac monitors. So that we have a lot more equipment, and the price frankly is going up on everything. So, does anybody have any questions on it? I guess that would be the best way for me to go about this. Just the preventative maintenance alone is $9,100. So if we just paid out of pocket just for the preventative maintenance, just to get them there, is $9,133. That doesn't include anything that they fix. So I pulled, they were just there this month, and they replaced several screens. Have you ever touched a electronics button and it doesn't feel quite right? You know, it's like it's got off to the side or something. They find that, they replace them. And those can be several $100s a piece. On the very last page, you'll see a list of, what do you call it? It's basically what it would cost us out of pocket if we were to do something. So, you know, to service a life pack is $590. That's the top line. Circuit boards are anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000, and we have had those go out before. We had one go out on the monitor last year. Basically, I call him, I say, it's not working. They come down, they fix it, and we're done. Buttons break, covers crack, it's all covered. So I'm asking for permission to go ahead and enter into another 4-year agreement with Stryker. Ours isn't quite up yet, but I wanted to get in ahead of the price increase. Kind of historically, they said that they normally go up 6 to 9% annually, but I was talking to our sales rep, and he said he would not be surprised if we saw a 15% increase this year. Which would mean if we waited until after that increase to sign, it would be an extra $12,000 over the course of the whole contract. So that's kind of why I was like, let's get on this earlier. So,
Yeah, service agreements are hard, but on technology, especially around the field, use them every day. It's well worth having
yeah.
service agreements. in my opinion.
These are zero fail items. They cannot fail. If something fails, not only do we have to report it to the company, it leaves us open to a lawsuit. We also have to report it to DEA, or FDA, sorry, FDA. So it covers us greatly.
I move that we approve the agreement.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, we will now to department reports. Chief Bolos.
All right, good evening.
Aye.
Good evening.
You guys have the packet? I'm not sure you
Yes.
have it in
We're
the
on-
same,
It's in the same format, wherever you send it
Okay.
in.
so if it's in the same order, then we'll start with June's incident calls. We ended up with 708 calls in June. 42 total accidents with damage, injury, and property damage accidents. On to our monthly calls. We have just over 12,000 in overtime, used just over 1,900 gallons of fuel. Any questions on those? In our overtime, we are 4 down in its location in June and this July. All right, on to training. Between our 2 canines, they had 21 hours of training. Our department had 72 hours of training. Our canine handlers had 11 deployments, and they recovered 17 grams of meth, 8 grams of cocaine, and 2 grams of heroin fentanyl. And we do have a new canine handler that's going to handle Joker. we went through our process with our review board, and they've selected Officer McClure, who's gonna have to go to the academy, or to the K-9 training school up in Palm Lake, and that's not until September.
How many weeks is that? I forget.
6 weeks, I believe.
6 weeks.
All right, as far as our detectives in their cases, they took in 6 and closed all 6 with 2 arrests. Our drug totals for the month of June are 16 grams of marijuana, 1 gram of heroin fentanyl, 17 grams of meth, 8 grams of cocaine, 3 pills, 4 needles, 1 seized gun. We have 8 total items of paraphernalia that was confiscated. Any questions on those totals?
Just no question on your report. I was curious as to how your 3 new members, have they started and everything going okay with them?
Yeah, I was getting to them.
Oh, okay.
They have started. We've got 2 back complete, covered by perf. We're still waiting on a 3rd one to come back. We anticipate it's going to come back sometime this week, I would say. Right now, they're going to the classroom portion of their 40-hour pre-basic, so we can get them trained on the streets.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that paper I just handed you is, you all know that we have a drone program. And just in the month of June, and we're in the infant stages of flying it, a lot of trial and error. However, it's been pretty successful in some of the deployments, and there's a list of some of the deployments we've used them on. I think it's going to be a great tool on a lot of different police, fire, EMS scenarios. So there's some lists, if you have any questions on any of those, myself or Fire Chief would be able to answer those. It's a great tool. Just so you know, that's our first month right there up in, as far as getting them deployed out, so.
I think it's a great tool.
Me too.
It is.
Yes.
I'm sure Chief Jones will talk a little bit about it, some of the deployments he's had also. So our pilot is Officer Aaron Wilson, so we kind of switch up, like if it's a fire call, then we'll fly for them because they're on scene. If it's one of our calls, then we can rely on the fire department to fly for us while we handle our scene. So it's a good deal.
Yeah, we're getting more training done, and that way they can have multiple people fly the thing and be very nice. It's already been great, so.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, but first month, I mean,
Yeah, there's some river rescue stuff on there, and some warm service, and so it'll come in handy.
Even when the fire was training on their new boat, Aaron was up and showed me, he took the drone up and showed me how he can see it when they're rescuing, different things like that. It was neat to watch.
Yep.
It is.
that's good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Director Wilson.
Utilities monthly report. The wastewater treatment plant, the total influent was 188.6 million gallons. What we treated was 140.7 million. We had a total for 7.48 inches of rain for the month of June. We had over 2,100 pounds of chlorine, 0 violations, and a little over 7,500 pounds of phosphorus chemicals were used. Any question in the water plant? We pumped 74 million gallons for the month of June. Our high pump day was 2.8. Our low pump day was 2.3. We're still up a little bit, so I keep asking if anybody sees big wet spots where there shouldn't be. It's possible we have a leak out there. Going on to the street department. We continue to pick up the yard waste. Getting comments about downtown saying it's starting to look really good. So we're pleased to hear that. I pass that down to the Two ladies that are doing a great job downtown. We're trying to keep up with properties they're mowing. This weather, I mean, it's perfect for grass. I mean, it's just growing as fast as we can mow it, so appreciate everybody's patience in that. We are hot patching. We still have a lot to do on that, but we're trying to continue to tackle those. We're working on the compost site as well as trying to figure out a few things on the compost. We're gonna start trying to maybe rework the hours. We try to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then on Saturday, it's 8 to 12. There has been a lot of dumping in there of unauthorized items, so we may have to just go back to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and close on Saturday. It's just not feasible to man it on Saturday for 4 hours outside of the work week. So it may just go back to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Too many items being dumped in there like trash. Somebody dumped fence in there, so we had to clean that out today. So look for that. We'll probably change the hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and shut down on Saturday. Any questions on the street department monthly report?
On your hours on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, what are they, 8 to 3:30?
Yeah, 8 to 3. So it'll be 8 to 11, and then they'll come back up from 12 to 3.
Okay.
Yeah. The transfer station it continues to be really busy. I talked to one of the truckers, and he said this is one of the busiest transfer stations that he goes to. So we took in 438 tons, public disposal was 528 ton, sent to landfill was 966 ton, and we recycled 20 ton. Any questions on any three of those reports?
Quick question on recycling. Normally I saw that for 26 tons or whatever. Why is, you think there's a drop in recycling or what?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure why that would drop.
Okay.
I did have another report that I wanted to bring, kind of just wanted to update on how many leaks we fixed. I don't have it with me, but we're going to start tracking and start kind of giving that report to you guys too on the service building side of things, how many sewers break down, how many water mains break down, water leaks we get to, just so the public is kind of aware of how much is really breaking down out here from the age of the infrastructure. I think it's important for that transparency so everybody understands why we are wanting to do what we want to do. Does anybody have any questions?
I think that's a good idea to have what the service building is in. We probably should have done that a good while back.
Yeah.
So, good idea.
I've got it going, just don't have it with me on this one, but we'll be able to get to the meeting, so the next monthly meeting, we're looking forward to that, and we're tracking that now, so.
Well, I see where it served 1,652 customers in June.
Yeah.
That's busy.
It's busy, yes.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's something that should be,
It is pretty much, it's nonstop over there,
Yeah,
that's for
that's-
sure.
That's one of the reasons we're changing all the direction.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the scale house down there. It's gonna be a lot nicer. It'll be confusing at first, because anything at time we change something,
Yeah.
but now people aren't gonna have to park, walk up, pay, and come back down. It's all gonna be right there. And so it should be speed up, be a lot faster, and they can
Yeah,
take their credit cards down there, payments right there. It'll be a lot easier.
It'll be a whole lot more functional, that's for sure. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Powell.
Can do.
Hello.
For the month of June, we had 7 hours, 28 minutes of meeting production, 9 hours, 5 minutes of original production. Just to go through some of our analytics like I usually do, we had 8,473 views, 727 hours of watch time. Subscribers are up to 4,062. Top content for the month was the CHS graduation. Of course, that was very popular. Followed it once again by the Market Street Plaza live camera.
Still following that, huh?
Love that.
that's so cool.
And then Looking Back 1952, it's a historical program that we're putting out, different versions once in a while, so people watching that. On Facebook, Market Street Plaza is up to 14,772
Wow.
views with 565 followers, so that continues to grow every month. City of Connersville, 201,772 views, 6,200 followers, so a lot of traction there. And then, once again, the Park Department, they're always in the lead. 375,600 views, 10,153 followers. Any questions?
talk about, we got the new website up running. Our website is totally new. One of the things we have on there is, when I first came in office 6 years ago, I'd always heard about a community calendar. And several people had tried to start it, and it always just seemed to fall apart, and no one would communicate. So with the new website, if you go on, where's the QR code? Is it on the city page?
It's everywhere.
Okay.
Yes.
You can find go on the city Facebook page, you can find the QR code. The QR code is a white pages, so you can sign up your business, your organization, your event, whatever it is. You sign it up, it links directly to our webpage. If you have a business and you want to do more, you have a yellow page side where you can pay a little small fee to update constantly, do your own promoting, your own marketing. But it is when someone looks for City of Connersville, it's a giant search engine for whatever you want to do and see in Connersville. So it basically is a community calendar event. It's working very well. So Market Street Plaza is on there as well. So if you want to see what events are in the community, as long as the groups sign up for it and put it on there, everyone can see it. And it's not just in Connersville, it's throughout the entire state. Really, you want to search Connersville. So
We have our own separate entity through our website called What's Up 24/7. And actually, we're advertising that on the billboards at Market Street Plaza too, so you can
Yes.
scan the QR codes there. Which also, I want to encourage people as they drive by Market Street Plaza to take a look at those monitors, because we are running ads and promotions on there all the time for Market Street in the city, so.
yes, and also we're on the webpage, we have a Facebook page for Market Street Plaza. And speaking of that, this Friday, we'll just go ahead and talk about it now.
Yes.
I'll do it tonight, or City Council as well. This Friday from 8 to 10, we have the Oxford Brass Quintet. That's gonna be fascinating. That'll be fun. And then on August 8th, we have Imagine Jazz, which is a local group. Then on August 22nd, I'm excited for this one. I think we're gonna get some big followers on this. We're gonna promote this one a little harder. It's a big band. We're gonna do a United Swing Dancing, so. I can't swing dance, but I like to listen to the music and big band music, so.
Well, you can try and
I am not, you don't wanna see me try to swing dance, John, it's not gonna happen. That's why I'm a drummer, I sit in the background. But no, that'd be a fun night, so we got 3 different types of music coming, in the month of August. Actually, this Friday we started, but it'd be a good event, so come on out, enjoy some good music and good quality bands here, there's no question about it, so.
Yep. It should be a lot of fun. And again, this Friday, 8 to 10, and that's the Oxford Brass Quintet. And they're gonna do a little bit of Christmas music to begin with, Christmas in July, since we're 6 months away from Christmas now. So, the countdown can begin, I guess. And then they're gonna go into a lot of variations of music too, so they've got a lot planned.
I'm excited they want to come over, so.
Yep,
We've got a group of Oxford wanting to play on our new stage, so that's fantastic, so.
they're excited. Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chief Harden.
Everyone should have a copy of my report for June of 2025. We had a total of 321 calls for service. So that puts our yearly total at 1896. So it's been the busiest month we've had in, 3 or 4 months. So it always trends upward a little bit during the summertime. You can see our staffing report. Diesel fuel had 121 gallons and gasoline 529 gallons. Excuse me. And last month we didn't use any diesel because we had switched everything over to all the gas trucks, but the backup trucks are all diesel. So when one of the primaries goes down and we move into one of the reserves or the backups, then we're using the diesel. So we did have one call out for our special response trailer for the UTV on a water rescue. It was early June, early to mid-June. So, does anybody have any questions? This was like kind of a short month worth of stuff. Thank
I
you.
got a quick question on your
Yeah.
manpower. You said still down 1 full-time employee. He's not on sick, is he on sick leave or you need him full-time employee?
No, we'll be hiring as long as, right, I'm trying to beef up our part-time roster so we have a good selection to hire from. So, no, we're actually down 1 right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Director Steele.
Okay, so I wanted to give an update on the Roberts building. We've been working over there for quite a few months now, and I brought pictures, I think, to show you kind of where we started from. We went in, if you remember, back in the springtime to work on the support beams and floor joists and everything for there. And so they've been working on that. They implemented new columns and beams in certain areas, and so we actually have an additional, we took the ones out down the two sides that were temporary supports, and then put these permanent ones in. The black ones are the permanent ones that we just added, and set them into the concrete, and so the support is there. It is finished. They finished up last week on some of the, they had to put some extra, oh, that's the old beams that were there and the columns that were there before, so they removed those. And they did have to fix a few beams that were split, starting to split, and so they fixed those. They finished all of that up 2 weeks ago, and so we have been able to raise our occupancy level. We dropped it down to 100 for this time frame, and it's now back up to 300 now. So we're good there. It's all done and complete. We're happy for that because we've been having a lot of requests for that building, and we had to tell them that they, would have to either rent the Miller building or only allow 100 guests or less, and so we're able to start booking that again. I just wanted to mention that we had last week on July 15th a camera crew come into town. Some of you may have known that, but Indiana, Becky Marvel won an award for through the Indiana Chamber of Commerce for all of the different things that's going on, and Second Street Park was included in that award, and that presentation will be at the Indiana Chamber of Commerce. The ceremony will be in September, but they came down and did some video work, and so Second Street will be included in that video that they will show at the Indiana Convention in September. We are, just to bring you up to speed on some of the cameras, we've had a lot of vandalism happen at our restrooms by the amphitheater. And so we will be installing a set of carefronts there, and they're supposed to be installed this week. We wanted to get them in before the fair so that we had that up and running. And they will be set in a little bit, so they're not going to be very noticeable. They won't be sticking out. There will be a microphone attached to that, so we'll be able to pick up any voices or anything. Hopefully that this will help at least get a picture of who vandalizes our restrooms. But it's the last probably month and a half, we've had quite a bit go on, and we've had a lot of busted sinks and things like that. So we're gonna have those cameras, that I think it's one camera that's gonna be installed in that entryway there, so we can keep an eye on things that's going on there. And then just an update on River's Edge. Logan, our sports director, and the mayor and I met with the team that is working on this project, and we're still in the design phase. We're not through that yet, but we are trying to come up with all of the information and requirements that we need for DNR, plus figure out the budget for that as well, and meet all of those requirements. And so the current plan is to include the additional ball fields, multiple parking spaces, the new driveway around the soccer fields and the baseball fields, upgrade the concession stands and playground and other areas that need that work done. And so I just want to give everybody an update that we are making steady progress. Our goal is to break ground next year and get to work on River's Edge out there. So that's what's going on with that project. And as I have updates, I will bring them to you so you're familiar with what's going on out there. And then the fair's getting ready to start. So our team this week is busy prepping the park for the fair. Does anybody have any questions? That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Jones.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Monthly report for the fire department for June. Start off with the overtime. As you can see, the overtime still up there quite a bit. The total overtime was $28,997.29. The manpower shortage portion of that is $27,330.04, and then the scheduled overtime, FLSA, was $1,667.25. On the second page at the bottom where I give the overtime update, I kind of updated that. We did have, as of tomorrow, both of our firefighters that were on sick leave will have returned. And then we have 2 out of the 4 trained on pumps that we will be counting towards our minimum daily staffing. But those additions that are happening right now, you won't really see the benefits of that until the August payrolls, because we're paid, a few weeks in arrears. So July's, obviously I've already done July's payroll, and July's payroll's gonna be similar to what June's looks like, but we're finally starting to trend down, getting everybody trained and getting everybody back healthy. Any questions on the overtime portion? The fuel usage for the month, we used 482 gallons of fuel for a total cost of $1,730.87. Total incidents for the month, we had 149 incidents. 33 of those were fire-related incidents, 110 EMS-related incidents, and we had 6 auto accidents. We had a total of 85 instructed hours of training for the month, 67 of those fire-related training, and 18 hours of EMS-related training. We did 8 fire inspections for the month. Once again, you may see those be a little bit less than normal. We're really concentrating on a lot of training right now, so the inspectors are busy doing a lot of training with a lot of the new hires. And then we had 2.5 hours of fire investigation for the month. A couple of the notes you see at the bottom of the second page, we are continuing with our rescue boat training, and obviously we're going to continue with that. We did take it to Brookfield Lake a couple days. It gives us more room to get the guys really familiar with the controls of it. The river's kind of tight. It's easier, I think, we decided it was easier to get, have plenty of room to get guys familiar with driving the boat and doing different maneuvers. So we did take it to the lake a couple days, and we got several guys trained on how to drive the boat, along with 2 rescuers in the boat doing maneuvers to, practice rescuing individuals. And then we did take it to Whitewater. I went and talked to the gentleman that owns the kayak place over by the bridge. He has excellent access there. We did launch the boat there, and I think we determined that'll probably be our #1 spot, if at all possible, to launch in that spot. And then I did, we're doing a lot of drone training with the new drone, and while they were on the river training in the boat, I did launch the drone and take some video practice launching it. The main purpose was to launch the drone from a computer, wherever you're sitting. But we do have the ability to land the drone on the scene and relaunch it, but that's a whole nother process in itself, so it's good to train on it continuously. Our instructor basically said, fly, 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 so we flew it a couple days last week. Like Chief Bolo said, I think the police will probably get more use out of it than we will. And so I think what the goal here is for us to, we'll run it for them, they'll run it for us, obviously, because, if they have an incident, their guys are busy. If we have an incident, our guys are busy. So the goal is to increase our pool of guys that are, or girls that are able to run the drone. Right now, myself and my assistant chief, Stevens, and then Officer Wilson are the 3 that are trained to fly right now, but we're looking to see who's interested to expand that. So, but it's a very good tool, and we're thankful to have that. That and the rescue boat. The rescue boat's huge too. Yes.
That river gets used more and more, and these 2 tools together would just be fantastic for that.
I will, once we get some video, I might get some video and see if John maybe can throw a little video together to show, how it operates and, what all it does. Get better flying it. Some of the video, when you're flying it from a keyboard's not as good as the video flying it with the remote. So it's, flying a drone using keys on a keyboard's a little bit tedious, especially with the Zoom capabilities, because it has the ability to zoom. I mean, it can zoom in on a license plate from 500 some feet away,
Wow.
You start trying to move a drone around when you're zoomed in, and so obviously that's where the training comes in. So I'll try to get some video together to show everybody the benefits of having these tools. So. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
We went down to old business. Any old business? Miscellaneous business, I do have a late add-in. The football coach's wife sent me a text, we take care of the parade route for the fair, and it is this Saturday, but they asked if we could do the same parade route starting at 21st Street, parking Ivy Tech, going north on Grant Avenue, 27th Street across Park Road into the park. And they'll disperse the 14 acres, and it's 2 p.m., so they're just asking permission to close the roads for the parade for the fair.
Motion to approve the request.
Second.
We have a motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Any other miscellaneous business? Claims.
The claims are for the city, $221,218.65. Payroll, $470.53. Need that number again?
Yeah.
$1,143,470.53. And utilities, $399,632.36.
Motion to approve claims.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Anybody from the public have anything to say? Don't see anybody. Well, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
A motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Have a good evening.